Well, hey, ManCavians, this is Bob from DaBob's N-Scale ManCave, and I'm at the Rocky Mountain Train Show. We are setting up here on Friday. The show starts tomorrow morning, and you can still get tickets and everything else if you show up and purchase at Rocky Mountain Train Show, I believe. Anyway, can't really set up our layout right now because it's being used as a staging area for unloading and everything. So, because we're right by the ramp, so everybody's got to pull in here and utilize the space. Got some live steamers over here setting stuff up, and over here as well. And so let's take a little tour over here. We're right by this big open door, and the rest of the train shows over in this general direction. You should really consider converting from HO to N scale. Why? Because we've got cookies. Well, we're at Saturday, and we're about ready to open up our free-mon, Nebraska, Colorado layout. It kind of starts from this end over here. You got a loop, a big giant yard loop. It goes all the way over there, along that back wall, all the way around down this side to my bridge, and back over there to a mountainous return loop, and then we just go all the way back. I'll give you a tour of that later, and for now, let's take a look at what's going on at the show before everybody starts walking in here and buying up stuff. So we've got the main show out here. Got some layouts over on this side here, and we have a lot of vendors selling their wares and showing stuff off over on this side, and you got other people still setting things up. Over on the other side of this other big wall over here, you'll have a lot of manufacturers showing you what's new and what's coming in the future, and you can talk about problems and solutions and all sorts of wants and needs that you would like in your modeling environment in your man cave. There is going to be a meet and greet over here, sponsored by the Colorado Model Railroad Museum and the Rocky Mountain Train Show. And so they got a bunch of people will be coming here on a schedule. I'm not in this one this year, but maybe next year. And you can buy and sell some, or at least buy a lot of memorabilia and things like that. Got coming over here into these aisles, and you got a lot of O-scale over in this area. You got Spring Creek model trains over here. Got food at the Roadhouse over there, grill and pizza. Spring Creek is already selling stuff right now, so that's always fun. There's Spring Creek. Everybody's picking up some stuff that they're wanting to get. So we're going to take a look at some N-scale. You can get the Southern Pacific's Morning Daylight 10-car set right there. Ooh. Buy two, get the third one free. Some red cabooses and stuff like that. All sorts of N-scale products here. A lot of microtrains, 2-packs, 3-packs, whatever. Some of those. You got reefers, 20% off from Athearn. Probably because nobody's buying them. I have no idea why they need to put them on sale, but they are. And some Intermountain stuff as well. Scale trains, containers. You get some FedEx and some JB Hunts. Oh, it looks like 30th anniversary of CMC containers there. Well, the Schneider 30th anniversary version. So you got a single pack, 3-pack. And then of course you got all of these over here. So they got a lot of stuff. They got all these hoppers from Rapido, it looks like. Yep, Rapido hoppers with a little magnet wand in there to pull the coal load out. And I also got some spline cars there. And you got some Atlas hoppers and coal cars, reefers, and then of course Atlas engines, Kato engines, a bunch of stuff. More Atlas engines over here, and a bunch of cabooses. So yeah, there's a wide variety of things. Intermountain as well, scale trains as well. So you can pick up some of their GE-9s, Tier 4 Gevos. I don't see any, oh wait, SD40-2s right there. I've got some of the UP and a BNSF. So lots and lots of stuff. Yeah, you can even get a big blow. You can get the Utah Museum Edition, which I've got one of those. You get standard turbines. So it's pretty good. Okay, we're over here in the manufacturers area. You got Value Trains. It's a relatively new company, and they have HO offerings, and they've got their version of Heritage for UP Heritage cars. You can get that whole Heritage Edition set. All made in the United States. UP Experience.
Thanks a lot.
And we'll get some of these. Get some of those. You can get a Rocky Mountain Train Show HO car, boxcar. Those are $38.99 each. So if you're not here, you don't get one. Lots and lots of pins you can buy. Yep. Over here we have the Colorado Model Railroad Museum selling some of their swap meet stuff off their layout. You get some good deals of stuff you want to weather and stuff. And I don't know about the fur coat, but oh well. It is Colorado after all. But yeah, a lot of neat stuff here. Even got some Tyco over there. Locomotive chart of the big boy. Well, yeah, the big boy. You can get schematic prints. It'll tell you all the pieces and parts that are on that locomotive. And where they are, what they're called. That's pretty neat. You know? Could be pretty interesting. I bet Ed Dickens knows all those parts. Memorized inside and out. And we got the Intermountain booth. They've got their version of the SD40-2s right here. And we got some auto racks and reefers. HO, we got GP16s. And F units. Alaska Railroad. North Pacific, Union Pacific, yada yada yada. Pretty neat. We have the general public getting ready to come in at 9 o'clock. And we got these. Service dogs. Virtual Rail Fan is here. And the SU Lock Sound booth. Scale Trains, they're setting up their booths here with Virtual Rail Fan and Exact Rail. So we got all these things coming out. SD40-2Ts. SD40-2Ts. I think these are new announcements. And then we got these over here. Got the finger cars. And also got the discount cards, got scale train stickers, which I need to put some on my trailer. I do have some. And we got the HO offerings, SD45X, GP30s, GP40s. Can Do America. Huh. Yankee Town. And a bicentennial one as well. HO. Flat cars. Auto rack or auto parts cars. Auto racks as well. Tenders and coil cars. Split hood. Single hood. Containers. Open hoppers, fish belly open hoppers, 40-foot steel box cars at S scale, and cabooses. So you can get all that at Scale Trains. Okay, we're here at the Microtrains booth with Eric Smith of Microtrains. And Eric, what do we have coming up this year?
We've got all sorts of new stuff, Bob. Appreciate you stopping by.
Yep.
We have on display here at the show our April releases. They've been available for just a week or so.
Okay.
So,
have they been delivered to some of the retailers already?
They have. They have. Or they're en route.
I know somebody was out there looking around like, wonder if somebody's got some of this stuff.
Right.
And they hadn't seen it at the show yet.
Right. So that's one item.
Okay.
We're also displaying a number of our multi-packs. We have the
there we go.
Lake Creek 4-car dinner excursion pack.
Okay.
Displaying that. Those cars.
Those do look nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We have a 3-pack of general service tank cars. This is the GE Rail service.
Okay, GE Rail service, yeah.
And then something that is brand new for Microtrains we first introduced in January is our HO scale grit and grime.
Grit and grime.
Grit and grime.
So,
what we're doing is we are purchasing AccuRail car kits undecorated.
okay.
And we're taking our car art that we use to produce N-scale cars. This is a Microtrains N-scale car.
Okay.
And we have applied it to the HO car kits, the very same car, 2-bay covered hopper. And that is the very same artwork.
Cool.
So we're offering these in kit form. And we're going to start shipping orders to both consumers and retailers as early as another part of April.
Oh, April.
So, yeah.
So when it's a kit, what does that mean? The wheels aren't on it, and some other little pieces aren't on it?
That shows you how the kit comes.
Okay.
We have two main screws with the underbody, bay doors, and such. The little baggie there has the couplers and trucks and wheels, and of course the body, and then you have a piece of sheet steel that is the weight.
Okay.
Then the next release will be this 2-bay open hopper, coal hopper.
Okay.
And then this will be available in the summer.
Summer.
3-bay ACF cover.
So working with AccuRail products, putting your own designs on it, and you can make your own weathered model.
Yeah,
pretty much.
We're doing the weathering and the decorating.
You assemble your weathered model. That's what I was meaning. But yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Also here at the show, we're keeping people up to speed with what's going on with the next all-new tooled car on N scale. This is the Thrall 60-foot modern flat car. Our first release will be this summer. So that's moving right along. This is our next boxcar series, the X Per Diem. And this car up here is available right now. It's one of the April releases on the board over there. And then we have some theme sets that are coming out. These are single cars. They'll be available in the April-May period.
Okay.
And then we have a May release of a 3-pack with LVT, and those are tanks.
Tanks. Light tanks.
Right.
Yep. Light vehicle tank or whatever. I can't remember what the V stands for. I'm not in the Army, but it stands for light tank.
Yeah.
Light versatile tank. I don't know. But yeah, maybe those guys out in the Army will know and comment on what that means, actually. So that would be helpful. But it looks like you also have some caboose sets.
We do. We have a 3-pack of Burlington Northern
Caboose, yeah.
We have a 4-pack of Seabird System 3-bay covered hoppers. And then we have a set, which is our newest 70-ton gondola with pole load.
Pole load. Or pole load. Not a coal load.
Pole, yeah.
Like that don't look like coal, but yeah, they're poles. Okay. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, we're keeping busy at our factory in Southern Oregon.
Yep.
We're delighted to be here as we are every year.
Yep. Train Fest is later.
Yeah, Rocky Mountain Train Show.
We got the Rocky Mountain Train Show now. This is the new Train Fest, I call it anyway. Well, Train Fest of the West.
There you go.
This is what I'm saying. But also, we've got coming up next is Bethlehem N-Scale Convention.
Yes, in June.
That's the big thing for us N-Scalers.
National N-Scale.
Yep. And then we got to do it again all next year.
There you go.
So, well, then we got probably Amherst is the next big one after that, really large one. And so, yep, a lot of things coming from Microtrains. And look for your April releases. Well, I'm over here at the meet and greet, taking up space. Sitting over here with Michelle Kempema.
He's hanging out with me. It's awesome.
How do you pronounce that last name?
Kempema.
Kempema. Okay. I could never figure that out. But anyway, they're here. She's here promoting the Colorado Rail Proto Meet, which is happening this September 21st at these locations, Zoe's Cafe and Event Center in Greeley, Colorado. Is this the first time it's...
This is the very first one.
This is the very first one.
Our one-day kickoff.
So,
for the future, when we do a 2-day event every year.
Okay, so we're starting
dinner's
off.
Free this year.
Dinner's free?
At the museum. That's the 5 to 8 p.m. is a free dinner. So I'm hoping that entices people to come and learn what a rail proto meet is.
Okay, so people can bring their stuff and show it off.
Yeah.
And have some layouts probably show up and maybe
We will next year.
Next year
we'll have room for layouts. We have vendors this year. We have a lot of Colorado vendors, and we have clinics.
Okay.
And we have the showroom, is what you call it. And the tables are high, and they have white tablecloths.
Yay.
And so you can really see the models, and everybody who signs up can bring something and put it on the table. And when I learned about this, I was like, how do I assign space? And then I was told that the modelers get along.
the models get along.
The modeler people, they get along and they figure it out, and we put them on the tables, and we all look at each other's stuff, and it's a social event.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be neat. I'm excited to see what people are working on because you can bring in-process projects.
Yep.
And then the next year you can bring it back wherever it's at. And the
show what
clinics
it's
are
on.
typically about people's home layouts. So next year we'll have more of that.
Okay.
And the point is to meet each other and know what we're modeling. So I think it's going to be fun. They do RPMs around the country,
Right.
but nothing within 1,000 miles of us.
Oh, well,
So we decided to try it.
you're
and-
filling a space, filling a
Yeah,
void.
so
That's
trying to fill the
yeah.
void for the Rocky Mountain region people, but anybody from around the country can come. And
Yeah.
we'll have hotel rates up pretty soon on our website.
Okay. So I've been to one in St. Louis a couple times, and that was pretty fun. It got bigger and bigger each
I know,
year.
so they're huge. We're starting
Yeah.
out small.
Yeah.
And I'm good with that because we're in a coffee shop, so we can hang out and have coffee.
Oh,
It's
okay.
gonna be nice. And it's an old car dealership, so it's all brick and cool. And the showroom was the showroom of the cars. Now it's the showroom of the models.
Okay.
I think it's going to be neat. So it's across the street from the Colorado Model Railroad Museum. So we have dinner at the museum that night to talk about it and see what we thought. And
Okay.
So yeah, but we're doing the third weekend in September every year.
Okay. Sounds great.
Thank you.
Well, here's your sign-up sheet if you want to take a look at that. And go
it's
to
corpm.org. Yep.
Yep.
It's all online.
right there. Go there and sign up if you want to go and show off your wares and communicate with all other modelers out there who do what you do or don't do what you do, and you can find out more about what they do. Thanks. At the Broadway Limited booth at the Rocky Mountain Train Show, we got Curtis and that guy. You all know him. And so in N-Scale, they got this glow-in-the-dark Challenger. Not really. It's just in pre-production. And you got a bunch of other Steam offerings coming to you shortly. Some of the short ones. You got the long ones. You got the E units, and you got the tier. Is it not tier 4s? Oh, maybe. I can't remember everything anymore. And you got some bicentennial. That's pretty cool. CSX and some electric offerings as well. But you can also get the Collectors Club. You can join that up for that, and you get discounts on new locomotives like the new big boys that are coming out. And you got the Rolling Thunder 4 and these the E7, 8s, and 9s are coming this summer. You also have AC 44s also this summer, and also these cryogenic tank cars early this year. Multiple tank paint schemes. But yeah, you also got the Union Pacific Challenger with smoke coming out this summer. So a lot of good things coming from Broadway Limited this year. And thanks for that. All the information.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yep. Okay, we're over here at the ESU booth with Lee Ryan, and we're going to be talking about what's coming up with ESU. So what do you got, Lee?
So we have an update for the cab control system many of you have been wanting. One of the biggest features, you'll notice I have an image on here of the Dash 9 that's sitting on the track.
Okay.
You can now upload your own images to the cab control system.
Okay.
All you would need is to get the image into the right format, which is 140 or 190 by 40 pixels, and in an editing software. And then you can upload it via a cable to your computer to the throttle. And then once you set it up in the throttle, it will actually add it to the cab control base through Wi-Fi.
Cool.
And you can choose it as a user icon. That's one of the biggest things people have been asking about.
Yeah.
The other things you'll notice that are different here on the screen is we have a speedometer dial, and there's two sliders on either side of the dial. The speedometer dial, we'll talk about first, is going to give you a requested speed on the yellow knob. So if I turn this up, we'll go to 30. Maybe not. Doesn't want to go to 30. 31 is good. Around the outside, you'll see a gray bar appear with a number. That's the actual speed the locomotive is reporting back from Railcom, through Railcom to the system. Now, with a little calibration, you can decide what your top speed of your locomotive is. I have decided this one is 70. So what you would do to calibrate is you would run it through a speedometer tunnel at full speed, and then you would adjust one CD until you got to 70 on the speedometer tunnel. Once you're there, now all the speed in the range will be exactly correct. So if you have a speed limit on your layout of 35 or 40, now you can actually dial in that exact speed.
Cool.
You'll know
That's
your
really
locomotive is going that exact speed.
Wow. We all wonder how fast is that locomotive going in scale speed.
Exactly.
Without the little box there's telling you what it is as you run through it.
So this is really neat feedback. If you use an ESU system, you'll be able to get that feedback through Railcom. It does require a Railcom decoder and a system that can read Railcom.
Okay.
And then, as you'll notice as we're running here, we have a couple of sliders. These can be assigned to brake functions. So we have an independent brake mapped here, so if I just slide that down, you'll see the speed will go down. Now, you want to set a lot of deceleration rate to make this actually work.
Right.
So that it actually works a little more slowly, not so snappy. You can actually turn it into an emergency brake if you do it with too low a momentum. We can now release the brake, and the locomotive will continue. The other side, I've mapped to an automatic brake.
Okay.
You can also map into a dynamic brake if you want. You can choose 2 of our 3. We do independent, automatic, and dynamic braking.
Okay.
A couple other settings in the decoder if you want it to actually stop when you hit the brakes, or if you want it to just slow down. You can set those in the decoder as well, in an ESU decoder. And of course, as always, all of the function buttons are on the scroll, all the way now up to function 30. And we are continuing to add more icons for all the function keys so that you can easily see those. These are always read back through an ESU decoder, again through Railcom, when the locomotive registers into the system.
Okay.
And then, as always, I don't have a second one in here, but you can do a side scroll, and you can get to other locomotives. And we also have a new ability to easily add and delete locomotives from consists. This is a big one. So if you build a consist, you can now go in and edit the consist, and you can simply, with a button, actually one tap of a button, add or remove locomotives that have been registered into the system. So you could have an engine facility full of power and choose, I want this one and I want that one. They're not always set. There's no consist address anymore. It's not advanced consisting. It's all done in the system.
Okay.
So you can now pick and choose and then send it out. Maybe you need a helper along the way. You just go in, add the helper, goes up the hill, you delete the helper, go to the other yard, and then the other yard can break the consist out just by hitting the minus key. It will delete the consist. Now they can rebuild a new one in those engines. The other nice feature there is consist function control is no longer a thing, because now you can choose which locomotive is the lead one and which locomotives are not. And so it's very easy to simply just turn on and off lights and have the sounds play in the correct end of the train without having to do any programming.
So when you build a consist, how easy is it to change the direction that locomotive's going in the consist? So if it's facing reverse and stuff like that.
It's very simple. You can either tap the direction arrows, or you can take the speedometer back down to 0. If you watch, the blue arrow will change to reverse, and I go past 0, and I click it, now it goes back to forward. Our forward is to the right, and then our reverse is to the left. So it's very simple to do it that way. You can also change directions if the brake is on and the throttle is showing a speed. You can still tap the arrows and change directions with the brakes applied.
Okay.
And so that way you never have to actually work the dial if you don't want to.
Yeah. So when you're programming that loco in the consist, you just change the direction on it right there.
And building the consist, there's a little arrow, same thing, direction arrows.
Just choose which one it is.
If you have a forward and a reverse and another forward, whatever it is, you can choose directly on the screen what direction is pointed in the consist.
Okay. Because I know that's always a struggle for me to try to figure out, okay, I know it's in reverse, but how do I get it? And you just do it the wrong order, and it's like, oh, they're both going the opposite direction now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I did it wrong.
It's very easy. You can just see the arrows. And again, just forward is to the right, so that's kind of the key to it there.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of a quick rundown.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That's ESU, the command station right here, the ECOS. And then you have the remotes over there to go with it.
Yeah, you can also add the Mobile Control 2 Wi-Fi throttle to the ECOS through a Wi-Fi router.
Okay. So multi-options for you on your DCC environment and your kingdom or your ManCave
it'll run your
system there.
It'll also run your layout. You can have your layout diagram. It'll do block detection. It'll do Railcom feedback. This is one of the cool features I like. These two white boxes here will populate with the names and the addresses of the locomotives once they're occupied. And so if you use that in a hidden staging yard, you can now easily see what trains are on what tracks.
Okay.
without having to get under there and really physically look.
So run around the whole layout,
Run
find
around the
it.
whole layout.
Yeah.
Our ECOS detector comes with 4 Railcom sections, so you can have 4 of these per box. The box itself does 16 blocks,
Okay.
and 4 of them can give you feedback.
Cool. Well, thanks. I like these. You got the green dots, the marker lights on the front. Those are pretty cool. So if you're into 3D printing, you can print out a Moffat tunnel. Entrances and a bunch of other buildings. A lot of these are in O scale, HO scale. Get some flying saucers. Set of stairs. Interesting. We got S scale, HO scale. I haven't really seen any N scale yet. I mean, these might be an N scale. Oh, we have some N scale buildings up here. Get a N scale Moffat tunnel entrance there. And this one over here. Some boats. Some other buildings here as well.
Good morning, everyone.
Ghostbusters, Back to the Future. I know a friend of mine is going to be thinking maybe I should build one of these. This is the nearsighted narrow gaugers layout. Good detail here. We got the Mountain States free-mon. It's a HO scale. We got a nice big reverse loop over here coming into this bridge. If you've been keeping track, this bridge was this module was destroyed in a trailer accident last year, and he got it rebuilt just in time for this show. And so it's a rather nice bridge. I like it. And all these other modules that he had in here as well pretty much got destroyed during that crash. But it's good. And so they have theirs looping back and forth, point to point, single track. Single track and some double track over here. Pike Masters Railroaders. A nice little bridge right there. And here comes double track all over here. Got some signals. See the signals work. Got a lift. Oh, is it a lift? Well, maybe just a duck under. And then you got this nice scene right there. And we're going to watch this train come across it.
Facebook just a second. Let me get you out.
Taking pictures. Okay, we got some G scale over here. Big Denver Garden Railway Society set up over here. Big trestles, climbing the trestles, running around. Circus trains, all sorts of stuff. Got this nice steam locomotive right here. Well, ManCave ends. It's nearing the end of this show on Sunday, and well, we've got a lot of vendors here today. What I've been hearing is there's a lot of train stores in the Denver area that have closed down over the years, and a lot of the vendors come to the train show, the Rocky Mountain Train Show, to make a lot of their money that they can't really make at a brick and mortar store because it costs too much overhead to pay the rent and buy the properties and those kind of things. So train shows are pretty much where they get to go and make their money. So that's why you should, go to a train show, find some good deals, because you just can't go find them at brick and mortars as often as you can at one of these kind of shows. So the show's almost over. There's still a lot of trains running and everything else like that. So, if this is your first time visiting DaBob's N-Scale Man Cave, consider subscribing down below and ring that bell as well to get notified of future videos like this one. Also, give me a thumbs up, I really appreciate it. And also, give me a comment. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like. As always, ManCavians, support your local hobby store if you have one, and also support the train shows as well. So next time, ManCavians, happy model railroading. You stay off those tracks. Bye.